Insight on Disability is sponsored by Michael Gerlach. This is Talk Radio 680 WCBM. Time now for Insight on Disability. Here's your host, Mike Gerlach.
Well, good evening, and welcome to another exciting episode of Insight on Disability. And have we got a good one for you tonight, folks? We're going to get all holistic and healthy on you. To my right, the scruffy one. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good. Yeah.
I understand I'm going to have to be healthy again.
Yeah.
I've been cheating on that a little bit.
You kidding me?
Yeah, it's...
Twinkies are my mistress.
My cardiologist is always taking gas when I see him. So.
Yeah, so. All right, let's go ahead and hit our sponsors, and then we'll talk about a couple things, and then we'll introduce these three lovely ladies.
Well, it's time to make sure that your home is fully accessible. Preferred Elevator can equip your home with a new stair lift or wheelchair lift, so you can move from floor to floor with ease. Visit www.preferred-elevator.com to see a full line of reliable lifts. Then give them a call at 410-238-2555 for your pre-estimate. Maryland Able is making savings attainable for people with disabilities. Maryland Able allows people with qualifying disabilities the opportunity to open an account, save money, and not to worry about losing critical benefits such as SSI, SSDI, Medicaid, food, or housing assistance. To find out if you qualify for a Maryland Able account or to enroll online, visit www.marylandable.org. And as Mike mentioned, having your body, your mind, and your spirit working in perfect harmony is the ultimate healthy goal. As I think these ladies are going to really give us the hoot on. So tonight we're going to talk with them and strive to help everybody else achieve that goal, Michael.
Yeah, it's this is going to be an interesting thing because I know I've fallen off the wagon a while ago. So
I didn't even catch it.
So,
well, we've got one right outside.
I've been chasing that wagon for a couple of years now. So,
but the first thing I want to talk about here is, we do a lot with iFly, indoor skydiving.
Oh yeah.
And I've been in meetings with them for the last week or so, and been out there and been talking to the sales folks. And on August 6th, Monday night, which is going to be one of their All Abilities nights, we are going to be recording a live show out at iFly from I don't know. We're just going to record and take the best parts of it.
You're darn determined to get me in that tube, aren't you?
No, I could care less if you go in. I'm going in.
Yeah, I know you are.
No, it's so yeah. We're working out some things. That's going to be one of a couple probably of broadcasts that we're going to do from there, and we're working a lot with them along with some of the other nonprofit organizations around Baltimore. So we will be doing that on August 6th. We'll be talking more about that as that time grows closer. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Also, on November 3rd, 2018, down in Bethesda at 2 Bethesda Place, which is the Metro Center stop down there, Special Olympics Maryland is going to be presenting Over the Edge once again, which is their big rappelling event, 16 stories. The traffic, listen to me. The website is now open if you want to go ahead and sign up. The first 20 people get a $500 credit towards their goal, which is good. I'm already in there. I am cranked up and ready to rock and roll. And my page, I'll put my page up on our website later if you guys.
I think I'm going to go ahead and get you a Spider-Man outfit.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's getting used to this climbing down the side of buildings. I'm like, yeah.
That's
he's good at it now.
That's my sport of choice is rappelling.
It's a workout.
And
that's right.
So I'm going to be doing. I'll probably get dressed up as Spider-Man. I know a couple other folks are going to be Batman and Robin.
There you go.
So if you want to, you can go to somd.org to sign up for that. Just look for Over the Edge, and you can create your own page. They're trying to really build it up down there in the Montgomery County area. So it's a great event. It's fun. It's not as scary as you think it is, even though my mother thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But it is a great.
I do too.
You're right.
It's a great time, and it's a good way to raise money for Special Olympics as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to be getting involved with that as more. I think Jesse Thompson from the Special Olympics will be on in a couple of weeks to talk more about it, and we'll have some stuff up. If you want to see how it's done, you can go onto our website, insightondisability.com, go under the media section, and it is, I think, the last rappel that I did down there in September of last year is up on the screen. So if you want to go and watch, and
We can see you do it.
yeah, it's pretty easy. It's not as bad as everybody thinks it is. So, all right, listen, I'm going to go ahead and introduce these three lovely ladies. Once again, we are lucky to we always have the most beautiful ladies come in here, you know. To my left is a lady that when I called to find out some information about some nutrition for someone else, we got into a heavy-duty conversation, and lo and behold, a month later, she is in here with us, Miss Nancy Lum. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for coming on. This is something I've been looking forward to for a while. So,
Well, thank you for having us.
and then next to Nancy is Miss Liz Dumont. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks.
Good. Don't be
I'm
nervous
excited.
now, remember?
I'm excited to be here.
And then next to Liz is Miss Dawn. It's O'Mealy, right?
O'Mealy, yes.
All right. And hello. Thank you for coming in as well.
Thank you for having us.
This is great. I was calling you guys off when I was working on this the whole week. I was calling you guys the three amigas.
That's about right.
We really are.
And what we're going to talk about tonight in just a little bit, because we have to get ready to take a quick commercial break, is each one of you has your own little special integral part into nutrition and just how to make all these pieces that we talked about at the beginning of the show kind of come together, right?
Definitely.
Optimal health and quality of life.
Yeah.
It's
Optimal health and quality of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's such a hard thing to do nowadays, isn't it?
It is because, we're so busy and everything's so out of balance. And so getting people to focus on changing all of that is the key.
And achieving balance. for
Achieving the
themselves.
balance for
Yeah.
themselves and their
Right.
lives. Yeah.
And one quick question before we do go to commercial break is, you see the way that TV sponsors are always jacking up, Coke this or they're trying to sell you all of these products, but yet they're the worst things in the world for you.
That's true.
How do you combat that?
Well,
As I sit here drinking a Sprite.
Yes. Yes, we'll talk about that later. It's all about money, and it comes down to the lobbyists and all of the big power food industry that has so much money. And the more they put on the TVs and the more they jack this up, the more you want it. So it's the marketing, but the knowledge of what it's doing to you creates power and gives people the desire not to go there. So it's all about the knowledge base and the education that goes with why this is not a great plan. That I should keep doing that.
I mean, the food industry is making foods that are going to be addictive. And we
Yes.
talk about that with our clients. We teach them
do. We
what they do
Hyper-palatable.
to get you hooked. Hyper palatable and addictive.
Yep.
Doritos.
Yeah, like
Hey.
for
like-
example, you can't eat just one. There's just no
there's
way.
a reason why.
Burgers
Abstinence is
at
the way to
11
go.
o'clock at night.
Okay, listen, when we come back, we're going to get into the heavy duty of this tonight, and we'll find out just exactly how these three ladies met, what they're all about, what they're doing to help everybody. So, Lou, take us on out. We'll be right back.
You can join us in the Insight on Disability group on Facebook, and you'll get up-to-date information on what's happening with the show. You can also follow us on Twitter at Insight_radio. If you would like to join us this evening, give us a call at 410-922-6680. Once again, that's 410-922-680. 6680, I'm sorry. But we'll be right back with more Insight on Disability right after this.
Realtor Vinny Stio can sell your home fast and for top dollar. Yes, your home sold, guaranteed, or Vinny will buy it. Call 1-800-834-VINNY, 1-800-834-VINNY, or go to VinnyHasTheBuyers.com.
You've worked hard your whole life to own your own home. So why should you have to move now because it's no longer accessible? Let Preferred Elevator make the necessary modifications so that you can maintain a comfortable lifestyle in the home that you've created. Preferred Elevator can install an in-home elevator, stair lift, or wheelchair lift that will allow you to easily change floors without assistance. Preferred Elevator stocks a full line of reliable American-made lifts, and they will work with you to make sure that you have the proper equipment to make sure your home is accessible. And every one of Preferred Elevator's technicians is fully licensed to ensure high-quality service with a personal touch. Preferred Elevator's maintenance plans will also help to keep your lift or elevator in prime condition. Don't be forced to leave a comfortable home over accessibility issues. Visit preferred-elevator.com to see a reliable line of quality lifts. Then call Ken for your free estimate at 410-238-2555. High-quality service with a personal touch. That's Preferred Elevator.
They told me, try the lamb chops, so I did. They told me, try the crab cakes, so I did. Both were terrific, and now I don't know what to order when I visit 7 West Bistro, 7 West Chesapeake Avenue, Towson. Hi, this is Eddie Applefeld. You know, it's open 7 days with brunch Saturday and Sunday, weekday happy hours from 3 to 7, private room, valet parking after 5, late night happy hour 9 to 11, and a bar. 7 West Bistro is a happening place in Towson, and you won't be sorry you ate there. Lots of choices, but for your first visit, try the lamb chops or crab cakes. 7westbistro.com.
Nelson Cruz.
So Nelson Cruz delivers another.
One hit can change a game. Dylan Bundy.
A complete game, one-hit shutout.
Theory disproven. Power numbers versus one-hit wonder. O's alerts on a higher level. Orioles, Mariners. The series starts tomorrow night at 6:30 on Messin.
Ain't baseball great? Folks, if you own land, you deserve a great deal on a great tractor, and that's why you should visit my good friends at Mahindra during Mahindra Dealer Days right now. Your local Mahindra dealer has huge savings on Mahindra subcompact, compact, and utility tractors, plus a full line of utility vehicles. And Mahindra's long-lasting powertrain warranties, they still come standard. Enjoy the land you love from the comfortable seat of a new Mahindra tractor and use the money you save to do something special. But hurry! You need to buy before these huge Mahindra Dealer Days savings are gone. To learn more about the world's #1 selling tractor, it's easy. Visit MahindraUSA.com. That's MahindraUSA.com.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at Walter G. Cole Incorporated in Churchville, or visit waltergcole.com. That's WalterGCoale.com.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. and again at 3, join Rod Barowie for Safe Retirement Solutions, ranked as one of the top 100 financial programs in the USA. Safe Retirement Solutions, Saturday at 1 and again at 3 on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
The views and opinions you hear on Talk Radio 680 WCBM and WCBM.com are not necessarily those of the owners, management, employers, and advertisers of WCBM. But they should be.
And now back to more of Insight on Disability on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Welcome back to Insight on Disability. For years, people with disabilities have had to worry about losing benefits with when their assets reach $2,000. Well, Maryland Able is changing that. Maryland Able now allows people with qualifying disabilities the opportunity to open an account, save money, and not to worry about losing critical benefits such as SSI, SSDI, Medicaid, food, or housing assistance. Account holders, family members, and even friends can contribute up to $15,000 per year to an Able account. And with the new tax laws, a beneficiary can contribute even more if they're working. Able accounts have tax-deferred growth, tax-free withdrawals for qualified disability expenses, and Maryland state income tax deduction for contributors who are Maryland residents. To find out if you qualify for a Maryland Able account or to enroll in line, visit www.marylandable.org. For investment objectives, risks, and cost information, carefully read the program disclosure booklet kit at marylandable.org.
All right. Yeah, it is. All right, thanks, Lou. All right.
Good job.
We are here with Nancy and Liz and Dawn, and we're going to find out what these three ladies do and how they work together. First, Nancy, what exactly, your office is over on Gripe Road, so you're a dietitian, right?
Yeah, I'm a clinical dietitian, and I work with lots of different ailments with nutrition. I specialize in weight loss, surgical and non-surgical weight loss, and we work with patients on how to make these behavioral changes with food and how to cook healthier and not how to, be on a diet. So how to have more of a healthier lifestyle and how you can eat things you love and not have to give everything up. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing, which is what the diet industry loves to preach to people, that it's like you're on the diet and you're perfect, or you're off the diet and you're awful. And we want to get rid of that diet mentality.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to talk about here in a little bit as well. Liz, you are a you're
a certified personal trainer, but my former employer called me the exercise therapist.
There you go.
Which is about right.
Definitely.
Yes.
My job was to help people find their best approach to being more physically active, because people come to the table with a lot of concerns before they adopt an exercise program. And my job was to help them kind of figure out what was holding them back and help them find a path through that was going to help them embrace an active lifestyle and really connect the benefits and the value of the exercise to what specifically was going on with them. Exercise can help heal painful conditions. But if you're in pain, it's hard to really believe that. But when you educate, as Nancy had mentioned earlier, education is empowerment. So when you educate somebody about what the benefits are, then they feel more empowered and more motivated, actually. They're more likely to, prioritize movement into their lifestyle and then benefit from it. Right. So I I'll back up just a little bit. I came to the industry as a result of my own weight loss story.
I know. I wanted to talk about that. That's amazing.
Yeah. Thanks. I grew up as a heavy kid.
And it says here in 1993, how much weight did you lose?
120. Well, I'm up like 10, 15. Menopause is hit. We won't even go there.
It is what it is, Liz.
It is what it is. That's right. So anyhow.
I mean, you lost my last girlfriend.
I hope to never find her again.
Me too. No, that's fantastic. Well, but the best part is, you lost the weight, but you've been able to keep it off, like it says here, and I think that's probably the hardest part, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. And it's the combination of what we represent here to, get it done and to stay in that, I don't know if you want to call it a zone, but to, kind of keep it as part of a lifestyle. You've got to eat healthfully. You've got to move a lot. And the recommendations for movement when it comes to losing a large amount of weight are very aggressive. And you also have to be in the right mindset and have balance in your life, which is what Dawn represents.
That's just getting ready to say.
She pulls us all together.
She pulls us all together, right?
So Dawn, you are the one who gets inside everybody's heads.
Yes, I'm the mental on the team.
Don't get us started, Dawn.
Referred to as such. I'm a licensed clinical social worker by profession, a mental health professional or therapist, whatever you want to call me. And my practice is located in Carroll County. It's called the Counseling Center for Change. But I'm also located out on Gype Road working with surgical as well as non-surgical patients seeking weight loss. And what they really don't understand is that they have to change their head to change their body.
Yes.
Right.
It does not work in the reverse. And dieters, people trying to lose weight, have lots of mental health issues that have developed either as a result of their obesity or maybe they preceded their obesity and just make it much worse and much harder.
Yeah.
Because the sabotaging negative thoughts are so plentiful.
Yeah, that happened with me last year. I decided at the beginning of 2017 that I was going to just lose weight. And it was up here where I said, okay, this is where it's got to start.
Yeah.
And then after 4 weeks of no fast food and I dropped all the sodas and everything, I had lost 20-some pounds. in a matter of no time. And it was just a matter of, like I thought of it as poison, and it was.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And
it's true.
Because it really
I
is.
saw.
But it tastes so good.
Yeah,
Yes. And that's
Because
what
your
the
brain has
food
been
industry,
hijacked.
They know this.
Yeah,
And
they do.
And they have
Yes.
engineered these foods in such a way as it taps into the brain's reward system and increases our feel-good neurotransmitters. And so we feel better. We turn to food to help us with stress and anxiety and depression. It's kind of like Prozac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our coping skills.
We all have a comfort food, right?
And-
Yes.
and-
It's called that for a reason.
Yeah.
Because we feel better temporarily, but it doesn't last.
And Dawn, that's you brought up one of the questions that I wanted to ask is the fact that, so many people who suffer from anxiety, depression, or have traumatic experiences. I mean, everybody finds a way to cope with that,
Yes.
or to kind of, I don't know if cope is the best word, but they sometimes they hide from it. And I know, for example, I had a bit of an incident back in 2011, and for about 3 or 4 years, I was depressed, and I went into seclusion, and all I did was eat. I was eating fast food like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And, I was just eating everything in sight. And the next thing I knew is I had put on a ton of weight.
Yeah.
And it's so, I mean, when you've got the anxiety and that depression and those traumatic experiences, I mean, that can really mess your head up. And then it starts getting into the nutrition part too.
Absolutely. Because
Right.
it's something you can control, what you put into your mouth. But the whole experience is just full of so much shame.
Yep.
And that eating kind of behavior is very isolating.
Right.
And so the three of us
When you get caught in that.
came
Yeah.
together because, our goal is to help patients, clients, whatever you want to call them, to really see that there's many factors contributing to this and that it's not their fault and they don't need to be ashamed.
And we're all in the same boat as we put
and
it.
we are
I
all
want to teach
in the
everyone how to
same
paddle.
boat.
Yeah, we give them
Yeah.
the oars they need.
So how did you guys end up meeting and start working together?
Well, I went into private practice, and when I went into Guy Broad office and started running the bariatric nutrition component for St. Agnes Hospital. And when I left my other previous hospital, Dawn and I were already working together over at Sinai, and I said, well, you just got to come with me. You got to come. And we were running support groups together and doing all of that. So she came with me, and Liz was already there.
Supporting a different surgeon.
With the surgeon that was in the same suite.
Right.
And she would go up and down the hall with her patients and her,
Those darn
her
6-minute walk tests.
exercise, things. And and one day we just sort of, got together and said, well, why don't we put all 3 heads together and do this holistically? Because, you can teach somebody how to eat healthy, which takes them to a place, but then it drops them there.
Right.
You can teach somebody how to move, but if you don't have the food with it, it doesn't really give you the result. And then
you don't feel
And
well.
then if you don't have the head in the right place, then you give up after a couple of weeks because we're on a diet, right? So it really takes a village, right?
It does.
An equal focused approach to behavior change. It's got to be equal focus on nutrition, movement, and balance.
Because they all interfeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned something before we took a commercial break, Nancy, about the diets. And it's a lot of these things you see on TV where I'm not going to mention names, but you see all the ones that are advertised on TV
every 5 seconds.
And,
Right.
You need to buy our meals.
Oh, yeah.
You need to do this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's do they really work or?
They work temporarily until they hit 5 or 6 months out because they're all severely underfeeding somebody's metabolic need to walk around and function, which is why most of them tell you not to exercise because they're not giving you enough to move, which then is a problem with Liz here. And you're buying the same stuff, you're eating it over and over and over again. And over time, your serotonin and dopamine levels drop because your brain gets bored of the same foods over and over again because we love variety. And if we don't get it, the brain serotonin levels go down, and then you crave the simple carbs to raise it up. So it's this constant, then we go off the diet, right? And then you get the Dorito, like you were mentioning earlier, and we're off and running. And then it's hard to quit.
The whole big bag of them, too.
The whole big bag, because we've had this all or none situation.
Right.
And they want to keep you paying them this money, so they never empower the client on how to actually do this themselves and save the money. So they want you to keep coming back because they know you're going to regain it the minute you go off of it.
Right.
And then some.
Right.
So then you're going to come back again. And that's why they're a multi-billion-dollar industry, because they keep you enslaved. And they don't ever teach you how to break free.
That's the perfect word for it. They keep you enslaved.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I guess, you're allowed, if you get into a good diet, you're allowed to cheat every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, because it's not an all or nothing. It's a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle. That's what we teach.
Yeah.
I lost mine. I had one cheat day a week.
And the more we're told
You'll go crazy if you don't have that.
Yes. Sorry, Don.
The more we're told we can't have something, the more we want it.
Exactly.
So it just increases the desire.
Yeah.
So I guess you can go ahead and eat a cheesesteak sub for one day, or
well, if you're going to do it, it has to be a plan thing. This is what Nancy teaches. It has to be in your plan for that day.
Yes.
You can't be eating that every day, but you can.
Right,
and you better have worked out that day.
And you better have hit the gym. That's right.
Yes.
Right.
I have no plan at all. 10 o'clock at night rolls around, and the girlfriend and I will look at each other and we're like, I want something. And we don't know what it is we want, but we're trained, basically.
Yeah.
These are habits.
And we were just talking about these food
These are
commercials at 10,
habitual
11
things.
o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And we'll look at each other, well, what are we going to have? And we know we got the whole array of popcorn, too.
In choices.
And then the commercial comes up and you go, that's what I want.
That's what we want. We're going to get in the car and drive over there and get it.
Going to Taco Bell. It's right around the corner.
That's right.
It's horrible.
Here's the thing that you're not considering, and that is that every food decision is preceded by a thought.
Yep.
Eating is not involuntary.
I love when Don says that. Eating is not involuntary.
It has never been involuntary. Breathing is involuntary.
Right.
And so we have these self-defeating kinds of self-sabotaging thoughts, and that's where the psych piece comes in.
And that's what drives the train on the
That's
on the
what's driving
choices.
the whole thing.
And that's why we say it's an equal
Are you
approach.
hearing this, Joanne?
Okay. All right. So listen, we have to take a quick commercial break. So everybody head to your refrigerators.
And
Throw out
find an
the
apple.
junk. Throw out the junk. Anything that's got sugar on the label.
Practice your affirmations.
All right. All right, Lou, take us on that. We'll be right back.
Preferred Mobility is
Everyone
now open
jogs
and
to the
has a
refrigerator.
great line of mobility products from scooters to accessibility recliners. This is a great place to pick up that unique assistive device that can make a difference in someone's life. Visit them today at 7110 Golden Ring Road or call them at 410-238-4848. And we'll be right back with more insight on disability right after this burger.
Not a lot of rain associated with a cold front that passes tonight. We've got the high pressure building in for Monday. Good looking start to the work week. Any stray showers or thunderstorms will come to an end throughout the night, and we work in gradual clearing. We drop back to 67. Sun and cloud mix Monday afternoon high, 83. I'm Jeff Eno from the Weather Channel for Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Hey, it's Bruce Elliott for Window Nation. It's heating up, and so are the savings at a Window Nation. It's Window Nation's 50% off sale. Get 50% off any style window, any size, any color. It's like buying windows for the front of your house and getting the back for free. Plus, call today, and Window Nation will also cut your monthly payments in half. That's an entire house of windows for as low as $2 a day. Save thousands. Call today and see why over 475,000 Window Nation windows have been installed in over 80,000 homes. Get 50% off any style window, double hung, sliders, bays, bows, casements, any size, any color, all half off already low prices. Call by Sunday. They'll give you up to $1,000 back on an American Express gift card with the purchase of a full house of windows. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. And please, Tell him Bruce Elliott sent you.
Folks, if you own land, you deserve a great deal on a great tractor, and that's why you should visit my good friends at Mahindra during Mahindra Dealer Days right now. Your local Mahindra dealer has huge savings on Mahindra subcompact, compact, and utility tractors, plus a full line of utility vehicles. And Mahindra's long-lasting powertrain warranties, they still come standard. Enjoy the land you love from the comfortable seat of a new Mahindra tractor and use the money you save to do something special. But hurry, you need to buy before these huge Mahindra Dealer Days savings are gone. To learn more about the world's #1 selling tractor, it's easy. Visit MahindraUSA.com. That's MahindraUSA.com.
Take advantage of rock bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at Walter G. Cole Incorporated in Churchville, or visit waltergcole.com. That's waltergcole.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa Segev, one of the doctors of Audiology Associates. Our group of doctors has been providing hearing and balance care in Maryland for over 35 years. Audiology Associates has grown to include 8 offices throughout Maryland, including the Eastern Shore and Annapolis. As doctors of audiology, we care for patients' hearing and balance problems. If you feel like the TV is louder than your family would like, or if you're asking your close family members to repeat themselves often, then it is time to come in and have your hearing evaluated by a doctor of audiology. Our doctors treat a wide range of hearing issues. Sometimes a solution is as simple as removing wax from the ear canal. Call our main number at 410-944-3100 or visit our website at aaiaudiology.com to make an appointment. Your initial consultation is covered by almost all insurance plans, and hearing aids may be covered as well. Call 410-944-3100. Audiology Associates, when silence is not golden.
At the top end, 30 minutes past the hour.
Protect our nation's dreamers. Have the border closed.
The catastrophe.
Clean up and rebuild healthcare system.
The rates are too high.
If it matters to you,
I'm definitely concerned.
It matters to us. Talk Radio 680, WCBM.
And now back to more of Insight on Disability on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Welcome back to Insight on Disability. The Consumers for Accessible Ride Services, better known as CARS, is an advocacy group set up to assist riders with mobility paratransit problems. If you'd like to find out more about how to get involved, visit www.carsbaltimore.org. Mike?
Yeah, and there's a brand new director of mobility paratransit, so he's trying to make some changes. There's a lot of things going on. So if you can, go to carsbaltimore.org to find out more. But we are talking with Nancy Lum, Luz Dumont, and Dawn O'Mealy here this evening. Together they have a group that's called Trilogy, and we're going to get into talking a little bit about that your programs there. But the first thing I wanted to ask Dawn coming back was the mindset of eating healthy is incredibly important, and how do you get into that?
Well, most people already know that they need to eat healthfully. And they want to do that, but they don't know how to do that. And they don't know how to program their mind to do that successfully. You know, in our experience, dieters have a lot of thinking errors and a lot of self-sabotaging thinking going on that they've kind of programmed their mind, and that's what's driving the train. Mm-hmm. So when we listen to, some of the things we hear from the people we work with, we hear things like, well, it's in my genes, or I have no control, or it's too hard, or I have no support. And when you believe those kinds of things, we call those lies that your mind is telling you.
That's right, yeah.
And that they're full of automatic negative thoughts. That's what's driving the outcome. So, we've got to attack the way people think to get them to challenge that and see that it's just not true.
And we help them identify. What Dawn does really well is we help them identify those automatic negative thoughts.
Right.
Because they're almost subconscious, and we help bring them to the surface.
Creating awareness.
Yes. Yeah. And there are different categories of unhealthy thinking patterns that we help to draw their attention to, because you can't change what you don't know is happening. And if you don't know that you're awfulizing and catastrophizing and shoulding or overgeneralizing and all these other things, then you can't change that, and you'll never have a different outcome.
Right.
Until you change those thinking patterns, you can't expect a different result. It's kind of like the definition of insanity, right?
Yeah,
You're doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Right.
And that's such a key point, and that was one of the things that really stuck out when I was looking at your website is you can't change what you don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's so true. And so the three of you working together, within Trilogy, I mean, you come together, you work with people, and talk about these seminars that you hold.
Well, we do a why wait seminar. Which is
why wait?
Yeah, like
WEIGHT.
WEIGHT. Like why the wait? Why wait? And what we started doing was taking like a seminar and going through all the reasons for the wait from all three areas. So we go through how this happens with nutrition and lack of nutrition knowledge and not knowing what to do with nutrition because there's a lot of mixed messages out there in the media.
And when you hear from Nancy how portions have changed.
Oh my gosh.
And the plate sizes have changed. It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
The plates in the 1950s used to hold 500 calories and now platters, let's call them platters, right?
Yes.
They hold what, 3,000
calories? 3,000
calories?
calories in a sitting.
These are plates we put in front of our kids. They can hold that much food.
And we still have to finish what's on it.
And we have to finish what's on our plate.
Because it was drilled into our heads.
Yeah. So we get into all that, and then Liz will get up and talk about the exercise and what it does.
Lack of.
Well, the lack of movement. Right?
Sitting disease, right? A couple of things are going on. We're sitting way too much. In fact, we're sitting here.
Probably
you guys,
sitting
we need
now.
to be standing
we need to get
up. We've been sitting an hour. Okay, I'm going nuts. Yeah, but yeah, we're just showing what life used to be like 40 and 50 years ago, and how much activity we had. Because the phones were on the wall, and you had to get up to go answer the phone. You had to get up to go turn the channel or the volume on the TV.
Right.
Or the remote control was the youngest kid in the family.
Yeah,
right.
There you
go. Right.
Yeah.
They were moving.
Hey, Junior.
Junior, go change the channel for me.
But you only had 3 channels, so it was pretty easy for Junior to figure that out.
But you brought up a great point. We were talking about this during the break that when I was a kid, a lot of times you get up in the morning, they'd send you outside and say don't come back until lunch. Then you come in for lunch and it's like don't come back until it's dark.
Yeah.
And you were outside. You used your imagination.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely.
Now everybody's got their face stuck in a little game
Screen.
on their phone.
The big screen on the wall and the little screens in the hand.
And everybody is so sedentary.
It's sad.
And that is contributing to mental health issues.
Absolutely.
And,
right.
And obesity, big time. It really, really is.
Did I just read something where the World Health Organization
Officially.
officially said that video game addiction is now a mental health issue?
That's correct. It's actually a diagnosis
I saw
now.
that. Yeah, I saw that the other day.
Yeah, that's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you that's the first seminar where you actually are getting to the
why.
The why.
Yeah, and enlightening people as to all the
There's
reasons
it's all connected.
Yeah, it's all connected and what's going on and why they're stuck in this. And they're not alone. Everybody's dealing with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And then what?
And then we have an all-day workshop that, again, has all three of us, but now we teach people how from all three avenues to correct it. Right. So we go through teaching them nutrition and how to cook healthfully and how to shop and how to change up your environment that might be in your house and at work and
how to plan food.
How to plan.
That's a huge,
to plan, walking into a situation before you actually get there.
What about these places like, what's it called? Something Fresh?
Nally Fresh.
No, not Nally Fresh. These places.
Hello Fresh.
Hello Fresh.
Yeah.
Are they any good?
They are, and you can utilize some of those things like the Blue Apron, and those
Blue
are
Apron's the other one. Right.
healthy options that you can incorporate into a day. The problem is you don't want to live on them. Because if we live on them, then we're back into the diet industry again, where you don't have control and you're not empowered to make these choices. So again, it's all part of a healthy plan. And the goal is not to do I'm in the kitchen 24/7 and I'm not doing anything else. But how do we eat out healthy and how do we cook at home and how do we deal with situations that are social? And so you really have to attack it holistically to be able to live in it. And be realistic.
So what do you do for somebody who doesn't like to cook?
I kind of do a Dr. Phil, like Dawn would
Phil?
say. We got to get real with that. So it comes down to there has to be some cooking involved, because if we eat out all the time, with the research has shown the calories that you eat out and the fats and sugars are 30% higher than if I just did the nachos in my house. So giving people the tools on how to do these things more easily, doesn't have to be complicated, gives them more power to change and be realistic about it.
Okay.
So a little cooking, even if it's light cooking, is realistic. We got to learn how to do it, which is part of the issue with the kids today.
And let's call it food prep. I mean, there are so many easy to pick up shortcuts in the stores now in terms of making a quality, tasty, healthy protein and then stick the vegetables in the microwave.
Yeah.
I mean, there are
There's
ways
a way.
to
But what about the
prepare your food at home.
preservatives and all those things, though?
We can avoid that too. We can avoid that by getting things fresh. If it's frozen, it's going to actually be healthier than if it's fresh, actually, because you freeze all the nutrients in rather than it oxidizing in the fresh food market. So, because they're not going straight from the ground to you, they're in a truck, and it's a long time.
So here's a good question then. I mean, a lot of people who listen to the show, are on SSI or SSDI or retired. And how do you set up a really healthy diet on a restricted budget?
It's all about shopping smart and looking at the deals in the grocery stores around you and where can I get it on sale and buy it in bulk, which would be cheaper, put things in the freezer. Farmers markets is a great place to go because it's always less expensive and you can get it fresh and freeze it. And then looking at recipes that you can cook in bulk, putting things away. So we teach people how to be realistic about it. You're not going to be in the kitchen 5 days a week. It's just not reality anymore.
What about this organic versus regular?
Yeah.
What's the difference? I mean, they seem to want to charge you more money because of the word organic.
And they love to do that too. So I'd always tell my patients you have to pick your battles because you have to think about your finances. And, there's the Dirty Dozen, which actually is online. You can look up the Dirty Dozen for organic. What should I buy and what do I really need to not worry about? So things like berries are the highest sprayed fruits you can buy. So, then you have to decide, well, do I want to get them organic? Can I afford that? If I can't, it's better to eat them than not eat them, in my opinion, rather than avoid things because of that. You just wash them really good and do the best you can. But if we can get them the Dirty Dozen in a organic form, that's great. And going to the farmers markets, it's cheaper, a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And Aldi's is great too, and so is Sprouts. You can get these things less expensive now. And Walmart even has an organic section now that's less expensive.
Okay, great. Listen, we have to take another quick commercial break, so you heard it there. Wait till Doritos go on sale, 2 for $6.
Mike,
we haven't done this right. Somehow we're failing.
Don't forget the cheese. Gotta have the cheese.
No. All right, Lou, take us on out, and we'll come back and we'll finish talking with these three wonderful ladies here.
Well, you still have time to make your reservations for the National Federation of the Blind Convention in Orlando this July. To get more details and to find out how to register, visit www.nfb.org. We'll be right back with more insight on disability right after this.
We're here from 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Wow, that was fast.
Who is it?
It's 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Well, we've definitely 1-800-GOT-SOME-JUNK.
See all that stuff in the yard?
Yes, sir.
We're moving, and that's just part of the stuff we're not taking.
We're happy to help, sir.
There's even more inside.
Would you do something for me, ma'am?
Like what?
Would you wave your arm across the yard?
Wave it how exactly?
Like you were scattering seed in a field.
Like this?
Wow, how did...
That was fun!
You said there was more inside?
But it disappeared.
Just point at the things you wish would disappear, ma'am.
If I wave my arm again, does it all disappear?
Give it a try.
We work until midnight, 7 days a week. Just call us 90 minutes before you need us to be there. 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
You're never going to get as much sleep as you want. That's why you need to make every hour of sleep you do get really count. Hi, I'm Scott Tannen, founder of Boll & Branch. Our sheets are handcrafted from pure, fair trade, 100% organic cotton. Hundreds of thousands of Americans, including 3 U.S. presidents, sleep better than ever on Boll & Branch sheets. If you order today, we'll give you $50 off your first set of sheets with promo code SLEEP, spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code SLEEP.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 2000 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 2000.
Nelson Cruz.
So Nelson Cruz delivers another.
One hit can change a game. Dylan Bundy.
A complete game, one-hit shutout.
Theory disproven. Power numbers versus one-hit wonder. O's alerts on a higher level. Orioles, Mariners. The series starts tomorrow night at 6:30 on Messin.
Ain't baseball great? They told me, try the lamb chops, so I did. They told me, try the crab cakes, so I did. Both were terrific, and now I don't know what to order when I visit 7 West Bistro, 7 West Chesapeake Avenue, Towson. Hi, this is Eddie Applefeld. You know, it's open 7 days with brunch Saturday and Sunday, weekday happy hours from 3 to 7, private room, valet parking after 5, late night happy hour 9 to 11, and a bar. 7 West Bistro is a happening place in Towson, and you won't be sorry you ate there. Lots of choices, but for your first visit, try the lamb chops or crab cakes. 7westbistro.com.
With the ubiquity of smartphones, we see the ever-present distractions everywhere. But if you want a more informative connection, check out the news at the top and 30 minutes past the hour. Talk Radio 680, WCBM, and at WCBM.com.
And now back to more of Insight on Disability on Talk Radio 680 WCBM.
Welcome back to Insight on Disability. All Abilities Night at iFly Indoor Skydiving gives the disabled community of Maryland the opportunity to experience the thrill of skydiving without even leaving the ground. On the first Monday of every month, anyone with a disability will receive reduced prices on an exciting evening of simulated freefall. For more information or to make reservations for this really cool event, call 667-888-4359. Michael does it all the time.
And you know what? It's very
simulates free fall.
I'd be terrified.
And you know what? You find it. You use muscles in your body for that you never even knew you had.
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
Yeah.
I'm sure we would.
You're gonna feel it.
Especially the vocal ones when
Yes,
you're screaming.
Get me out of here.
My voice would really be going then.
Talk about situational stress.
Yes.
That could definitely trigger this.
Dawn O'Malley, Liz Dumont, and Nancy Lomwe. This has been such a wonderful evening. I hate to see it come to an end here shortly. But one of the things that we were discussing is childhood obesity, and diabetes has become such a horrific problem in this country today.
It has. It really has. And a lot of it is going back to the simple sugars. And we eat a lot of simple sugars and the high fructose corn syrups and the sugar beverages the kids, kind of live on now. I mean, back in the day, it used to be we drank milk, and we didn't really have soda much. It was kind of a treat. You went out to eat once or twice a month and you had an actual serving size of a Coke. And now they're like 32 ounces and,
in the kiddie meal.
The kiddie meal is an adult meal times 2. And so
family composition has really changed.
Yeah, the whole family dynamic is nobody eats at home together most of the time anymore.
Not at all.
So you've got parents who are like doing drive-bys, in their vans, dropping their kids off to 50 different events, and the culture telling us, we got to be it all, do it all, and have it all, and of course your kids do too. And so it's a mentality. It's this mentality that we've adopted and we can't ever really live up to. It's just beyond reality because you only have so many hours a day to do all of this. So somebody suffers. And the parent suffers because they're going through the drive-through, and the kid suffers because they're in the drive-through too, but they work out, so it's okay. But you turn on inflammation by what you put in your mouth from day one. So what people don't understand is the disease doesn't happen with the obesity. The disease starts from the beginning of what they're eating. And then the obesity shows up later.
As a product or
it's
a result.
a product and a result of what we're doing when we're young and think we can get away with it, but we really can't.
Nancy, can you explain inflammation so that the audience understands exactly what that means?
Inflammation is basically the root of all disease. So chronic inflammation starts with these high sugars, simple carbohydrates turn on this systemic inflammatory response. And if we have chronic inflammation over a long enough period of time, then the weight comes, and then we start having things like blood pressure and diabetes and cholesterol, and all the friends come and the medications come, and that creates more weight. And so it's sort of this caveat to, get behind it,
Yeah.
And so kind of like the ball's rolling and you're trying to catch up. And the kids today are, we're doing a lot of eating out because of time and or perceived lack of time. And so, even though they're running it off now, the minute they get a desk job, they're not going to be running it off then.
Yeah, exactly.
And so the simple sugars are really creating the metabolic syndrome, which is causing this early onset diabetes.
Okay, so we got to start wrapping this up here. So if people want to find out more about the seminars that you're holding, and I want to get each one of you to give your websites out as well too. So we'll start with Nancy and then go around.
Well, we have the trilogytc.com, which is for Trilogy, all three of us. And then my website is www.nutrition5.com, as well as anrptoday.com.
Okay.
And my company is Be4Ever Fit, and it's www.beforeverfit.org.
Okay.
And my company's website is www.tcc4change.com.
TCC for Change. You guys have been so wonderful tonight, and I'd love to have you come back on because
had fun.
We
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot, but there's still so much more that we could discuss on this.
Oh, definitely.
So
barely
It's a
started touching
big
it.
subject.
great. So we'll definitely do this again. Nancy,
Sounds
Liz,
good.
Dawn, thank you so much. It's been great having you guys on. Lou, thanks again.
Yes,
and everybody, next week we're going to have a big show for you with regards to some of the things to deal with some changes in prisons. So everybody have a great week, and we will talk to you here on Insight on Disability next week.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Stay connected and stay informed on the #1 news talk station, Talk Radio 680, WCBM, Baltimore, and WCBM.com.
Bringing families back together. I'm Steve Rappaport.